Looks like I've spectated so many Ascent games recently. I feel like it might be kind of people's favourite map. I'm getting that kind of vibe, or people just really enjoy it as a competitive map. Because everyone seems to be playing it. It seems to be the complete opposite of Icebox, which everyone hates. Everyone seems to pick this map up all the time. We see a Breach come out. I always like seeing Breach. I think he's really powerful, and his utility, it's just got so many different ways of being useful. It is quite nice. Now Sage is hovered on over on the side of Mon. And he's locked in by Nick. We have seen Nick play Sage before, so even before the buffs. So I feel like, you know, after she gets buffed, if you were already playing her, then you're definitely going to be playing her continuing into this patch. Sova as the final pick over for V9. So, pretty standard team comp. They've got some smokes, they've got 2 initiators, got some supportive flashes and utility. I guess Mon are just still trying to figure out what they kind of want to go with. Sage locked in, there's not really too much value to picking up a Cypher with that, I don't think. I think that just leads you to play a little bit too passive, especially starting on attack. I don't really feel like that's the play.
Choose your agent.
Just waiting on Reichland's pick right now. Is going to be Breach as well, so we see a Breach off, Breach v Breach, Sova v Sova, and Omen v Omen. That's something I don't know if I really like about this game. Like, I feel like, obviously, at the moment, there's just not enough characters to have, like, a band pick system. I don't really feel like it would work, even if there were more characters, just because some of them bring something just so much different, like, so different to the table that, like, if you ban them out, then, like, there's no real filler for them. Like Sage, there's no real Sage filler, right? Or I don't know, Reyna is kind of something else that you can't really replace. Like, yeah, you can pick another duelist, right? But they don't have the utility that a Reyna does. There's no real answer to that. So, I mean, I don't know. I would kind of like to see, like, a band pick system, because eventually, you know, if there is enough characters and they become similar enough to get a band pick system going, I just think it adds, like, another level to the game, and it just widens the gap between the teams that just won't be able to make it in a competitive, like, environment, like a high-tier tournament, and the teams that do, because drafting is really important, especially in games that I've experienced it in. It might be nice to see, but I mean, ignoring that, it looks like it might be an A split for Mon over here towards A. 2 frenzies coming out from both teams, and it is going to be one play towards short from Babuin. I'm not quite sure about this weapon in a pistol round, as I've said previously, just because, like, you can't really take these long-ranged fights. We see Reichland wide peeking A over here with a frenzy. He does flash his own teammate, but that might just be to be a bit of missed timing. See, this long-range engagement, there's just no way he's going to be able to win that with a frenzy. You really need these close angles to get them down. And this A site take has been completely shut down. Yum and Omen are the only 2 people left alive. Make that just Yum by himself. Mom is down on the site, and he's just going to get spammed through that smoke. Nice, clean pistol round for V9, only losing Breach. The economy is already looking like it's going to be off to quite a good start. Some light armor is still saved over from the previous round. Reyna didn't even get hit at all, so she might just be able to keep what she's got. She barely used any utility, and just go into this round with Ghost. It looks like the rest of their team might be doing the same thing, just going with these upgraded pistols. And we have seen this before, and it didn't work out, so it's a very risky play. Now, Bucky comes through from Reyna. I mean, that's the only upgraded weapon, right? And if it doesn't come into play over towards B right now, then it's going to be incredibly hard to retake with that weapon if it comes to that point. And it's kind of the risky way to go, right? If you win, awesome. You've got a really good economy for the rest of the next, like, 3, 4, 5 rounds that come after it. But if you lose, you know, like, I mean, you can buy again after, but it doesn't really help you in any way. If you lose, then you're just back to that default rifle round. I don't really know if it's, you know, a great idea. And Mon are going to come over here towards this B side of the map. Yum looks like she might be going in for the first kill, but actually no, it is Baboon over towards short with this frenzy. I mean, mid wasn't really a place I would expect to see a frenzy used, but I mean, I guess as a first time for everything. Vic's taking down the first kill. He does run out of ammo on the Ghost, but manages to fade away from that corner in time, and a really nice headshot onto Reichland takes him down. Sage is going to be able to plant the bomb. Does have a heal available for herself as well. Walls off the site, so there is only really one angle that they can come from. Has slows available.
Last player standing.
Vix takes down Lightwalker, and man, that guy is just good with the pistols. Taking down Nick as well. Didn't even have a chance to fire back. Really nice play from him. Hi, Doom. Yeah, I've been spamming that emote in other people's chat. I'm not gonna lie. It's so good. I love it. Just reading chat to those guys that are watching this on YouTube, which I try not to do, but I've just been spammed with emotes from one of my best friends, so I'm gonna have to reply to that soon. I will be replying to people in like you know, pauses and stuff as well. It's because I'm trying to get more of a community feel going on. Quite nice to see. It does look like they're gonna go for another bonus round here though, off the back of that win. They've still got Bucky's buying a Spectre as well. They just want to keep this economy just flowing. They don't want to buy until they fully lose a round. And an aggressive B player here with this Bucky. I don't really think it's going to work at all because Nick just has the range advantage. There was no way, even if Reyna was looking at that angle, she'd be able to get that kill. Because of the range of the Bucky. So I don't really know what the play is with these weapons, but hopefully if they can play some nice close angles like here Vix is, might be able to do something with it. As soon as this smoke goes down, Sage might be in a bit of a rough spot close. Whoa, what? He didn't even get that kill. Dulloc from Spawn actually gets that one. Vix managed to get the upgraded weapon, takes down Turtle Boy in the long-ranged fight. And it just kind of is up to Lightwalker here in this round, I feel, to kind of come in here and break open this B site. They don't have the bomb currently. So they might be able to pick up in the cover of this smoke, and Lightwalker does get a kill towards mid, so they are in a bit of an advantage right now, even though they don't have the bomb. Just because of the HP Vix is on right now. Just get flashed, has to fall away from the angle, and now they kind of know around about where he is. They should know where everyone is, because their teammate did die from the player spawn.
30 seconds left.
So, you know, they need to start moving at this point, though, because they've got 30 seconds left.
Got the spike.
They get the spike. They don't really have time to rotate at all. Reveal Dark comes through, and Reichland can't find that kill. Dulloc finds Lightwalker from spawn, and that round is going to swing their way. So at the moment, their money is going to be really good. Look at that. They're all like pretty much around 8k, and now they lost a round with a significant amount of casualties that they actually can buy upgraded weapons. They picked up a few rifles from Mon in that previous round, and the people that went down are just going to go straight into rifles. I mean, to be honest, they could have again just gone for a low buy round, because at this point you're pretty confident that Mon are just going to go for a small buy or even a full eco because of their money. But I do think the rifles is a good idea to pick up here, just to, you want to secure this round, right? You don't want to really leave it up to chance again. And some people do get revealed over towards this A side of the map from Sova's revealed dart, so I mean that might prompt for some aggression over towards the rest of the map. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Mid is being explored by Spence here, going down the boombot, see if he can get some information, and they are smoked off, so they don't really have too much info because they haven't pushed towards B. They only saw 2 people over towards this A side of the map. With that initial peek from Nick, though, from Dallahawk, sorry. You will see quite a few people pushing on him, and Yoklini with the backup there is going to be Turtle Boy with the only kill of the round, swiftly cleaned up by Planey. I'm going to call him Planey just because it's a little bit easier to say. Pause is asked for, might be tactical. They are down 4-0 right now, so it might be a good situation to use one. It is going to be a full rifle round. They did lose at the last one to a very kind of low half buy, so they might want to kind of figure out how they're going to go into this round with the same tier of weapons as the enemy, because they haven't really had such success with these weapons before. They might just be discussing what they would like to do. Oh, is that the tier 2 sub emote? I didn't know that, my bad. Oh yeah, that's the angry one. Tier 2. Yeah, well, I'm not going to... Bro, I'm sorry, mate, but I'm using a Twitch Prime sub on you, right? It's not going to... I've not got the money to tier 2 sub to you every month for, like, the rest of eternity, sorry. Maybe when I become big and famous, but... Not quite yet. And yeah, it's been a pretty early, like, swift advantage from the V9 guys. Look at their money still. Around 7k plus on the highest people, and the lowest is 5.5, so they're going to be able to buy even if they lose the next 3 rounds in a row, I think they'll probably even still be able to buy for that round after. So they've done a really good job of setting themselves up for this half in the early rounds with the money advantage. Mon really need to start pulling things together right now. Because it's not looking too hot for them. They need to string some rounds together, get some money under their belt so that they can buy into the rounds even if they lose them. They need to maybe kind of switch up right now. They've been just kind of going for these slower plays. And haven't seemed to be working out too well. So they might start switching up, maybe go towards mid, maybe play a default. Just people spread out waiting for picks. Because that was the closest round when they kind of spread out over towards A and mid B. And they actually got a few kills and they did bring it down into the 1v1. So that was the closest round.
Let's have some fun.
Maybe they go for something like that again. It does look like they will. People are kind of just chilling everywhere. Smokes go out towards middle, I think, from Omen. And a reveal dart from Sova. Didn't quite get the information he wanted, I don't think. I don't really think people tend to be chilling up on that roof there. But, you know, at least now you know that they definitely won't be there, right? And, yeah, a nice slow round coming out from there. Just kind of waiting for these initial picks. Maybe waiting for that reveal dart to come back up so they can get some information. Spence is taking the long angle over here towards mid with a Vandal, so he does have that one-shot headshot potential if his aim is crispy enough, but instead it's going to be Babuin taking 2 picks over towards short. Bomb goes down as well. It's not in the best spot for them to defend. At least now they know where it kind of is and they can play off of that. Mid re-engage looks like it might be coming through from Spence. The spam was almost enough to take down Jet off the back of that boom, but pushes through the smoke, finds the head, but Lightwalker's there to trade. But I mean, he is the last alive in this round. Does have From the Shadows available. There are 4 people right now with information where the bomb is. He's getting spammed through the wall, spammed through the smoke. He manages to TP out, but I don't really feel like there's much he can do in this round. With 30 seconds left, not even full HP, and without bomb control, he's not looking at like he's going to have anything to do, any say in this round at all. Does hear Omen TP over here, so he might kind of think that he might be up on top of this box. The shots come through, so he could, you know, trace those shots and they'd be like, oh, alright, he's on top of the box. But I'm not sure if he's quite aware. I don't even know very many Immortal players that would have reacted to that situation, let alone people chilling around in gold fight. Elo finds ahead of Deluxe, so he gets some kills as compensation, but I mean, the money, 4 people started this round on completely max cash, so V9, they literally don't care. They can go hunting people all they want and lose as many weapons as they feel like and still have enough to buy with a conceivable future. And this round, it is going to be really not a very good buy again for Mon, because, you know, Reichland is on a stinger, and he hasn't even been able to find too many kills, or any kills actually. He's 0-5 right now. He hasn't been able to find kills even with rifles. He does have ult available. He runs out of ammo, but his teammates are there to save him. Heal comes through, and he has Rolling Thunder available to play site retake. Nick finds the kill onto Vex, who has been this stalwart B defender. And Reichland, if he can just stay alive right now and use this Rolling Thunder to play for time on the bomb plant, it'd be really good. But Battlehawk with a nice pick onto Yum with that Hunter's Fury. Flashes come through, but there is no one there to kill off the back of them. And yeah, I feel like he plays safe here. Just plays for the after plant. Turtle Boy with a kill onto Spence. So they are in a pretty good spot. They've got some nice control. Lightwalker over here towards Heaven, still with his flash available, so he can peek off the back of it. He didn't quite catch Battlehawk pushing through here, but he can't find a kill. Nick and Breach with the crossfire. Lightwalker finds a kill over towards Babuin to take the final one of the round. The res comes through for the economy. I like that, to be honest. Their economy right now is not too hot, and if they lost this round, then they wouldn't have been able to buy, like, amazingly the round after. So, I mean, ulting there for the economy, I rate, because you know that V9's economy is just through the roof right now. So you want to get every advantage you can. And they finally get the first round on the board on the 6th round of this game. And they still have that Rolling Thunder available. They still have Empress. They still have From the Shadows from Omen. Oh no, they don't. That was the wrong team. Sorry. They have Rolling Thunder, Hunter's Fury, and Blaze Storm available. So they could do something else in this round. Flash comes through, rolling thunder from the defenders actually does find Reichland, so he goes down, and he won't find an opportunity to use his own ult this round. Unfortunately, I think Turtle Boy might be the kind of hinge of this round. If he can find his kill over towards short, he's not going to, and it's going to be Planey and Baboon finding kills of their own. Just get traded out for one, but you kind of need to kill more people if you want to do something on attack. Especially when there was 4 people over towards A side of the map, but you don't really have a chance in taking it. You don't kill more than one person. Nades come through, Flash comes through, Nick just has to peek that angle, doesn't really have any other opportunity, and it is going to be Lightwalker chilling here. Might get caught out with utility in his hands. No, Planey actually hears the sound of the flash and thinks it might have been a TP, looks up to the top of the box, allowing Lightwalker to get the advantage in that kill. Spence is there for the trade. 3 people surviving, and they're just boosting their money through the roof. It's looking like a really strong half of them. Although, to be honest, I think this map might be a little bit defender-sided. There's just, like, too few angles that they need to hold for 5 people. Like, in reality, right, there's 4 angles that they need to hold to defend. And there's 5 defenders, so I do think they have a little bit of an advantage. But, you know, a lot of people I've spoken to think most maps in this game are defender-sided. So interesting to see if it flips on its head on the defense half. Ooh. Sneezing for Meow never. Yeah, I don't have a quick way to mute my mic, so unfortunately, if I'm in the middle of speaking and I've got the urge to sneeze, there's not really too much I can do about it. Delork. I think I've been saying that wrong, sorry, I wasn't really reading it. Does have an aggressive peek over here towards mid, and I don't think Meow ever really know about it. So they're not really going to pre-fire him, and he does get the better of that kill, but Nick is there for the quick trade. But they don't really get much info off that, to be honest, because he's usually Breach that plays short, and he's still kind of lurking towards this area. They are aware now that this A side of the map is pretty much open, but this retake is coming in quickly before the bomb's even been planted. I don't really like that call. No point trying to go in 2v4 for the retake when you could just wait and group up. Turtle Boy surely should find a kill towards mid here. He hears the footsteps of Omen. This should be free for him. His Vic's going down. No way that he could have known anyone was going to be there, and it's just Spence left alive. I mean, there's no real reason for him to save because their money's so good. He's got Showstopper available. Sage is looking quite low. We might be able to do this. Drone does spot him out though, so he's not in the best situation. Satchel comes through to give himself a better position. Doesn't find a kill off the back of it, and the time is just ticking down. The chances of him getting this round are slowly diminishing by the second. Doesn't look like he's going to go for it, which is probably the smart call, right? There's no point going for it just because your money's good, because your money will be better if you saved, obviously. I don't really feel like there's much harm in trying. He doesn't even get any kills on the exit, so not really too much gain for him. The spam comes through. It'd be funny if he dies through that wall, to be honest. Sadly, it's not going to be. And 6-2. So, I mean, all of a sudden, this game goes from looking pretty one-sided to... There's actually only 4 rounds of a difference. Money is still, I would say, in V9's favour. Although it is starting to even out. Even off the back of only 2 rounds coming through from Meow Never, which is a little bit strange. But the amount of people I've killed in these rounds is slowly starting to add up to the amount of money differential that's happening. Well, that's always good. Things going down towards mid-bottom from the attackers, so that might be an interesting note to take. Maybe they're looking to take mid this round, which we haven't really seen them do too effectively. They've taken short a few times, but usually it gets shut down. Boombot comes through, might find some information, does trigger, so they know they are pushed up towards mid at least a little bit. Slow comes through over towards short, and Baboon is in a pretty good spot right now. This is a little off angle. He might be able to catch the opposing breach if he peeks out right now. He does, but he peeks out with a flash. He finds the kill anyway. Right, he wasn't able to get away from that in time. Just go for the repeat, manages to get back into the corner. He's just trying to play it safely. He's going to be able to take Sage down in a little bit of an open situation there with the wall up. I think she was trying to peek towards mid, but couldn't really avoid the short players. And Spence with a nice little pre-fire over towards Turtle Boy, and it is going to be Lightwalker, who does have the A site completely open, unfortunately. Doesn't have the bomb to go with it. He's going to find a kill. Ooh, that would have been close. Over towards Baboon on short. And now they know where
30
he
seconds
is.
left.
He doesn't really have too much of a chance. He might just go for a save again. If he could get another kill and charge that from the shadows, the ult that Omen has, then that will be quite good so that they can use it into the next round to get some sort of aggressive positioning. It looks like he might find this kill on Dispense, low HP, and he has the off angle. So he does have that for the next round,
left.
which is nice. He's only Sage missing the revive. There's no real reason for him to peek this. I mean, they've got enough money to buy for the next round. He's gonna not get knifed. Look, how do you whiff that? I didn't even see that on the mini-map. That even surprised me. Surviving on 21 HP, man. How do you whiff that knife so hard? I mean, oh man. I know it's quite hard to knife people in this game, right? I've whiffed knives for sure before. But never when the enemy hasn't even been actually looking at me. Like, yeah, sure, I've missed them when I've been jumping in, going for the B-hop kill, right? But when the dude isn't even looking, like, you just aim at the head and right-click. It's simple. He didn't even hit him as well, so I think he must just have body-shotted him with a right-click or something and not quite done enough damage to take them down. But, I mean, Lightwalker just escaped the escape death by the skin of his teeth, and it looks like they're going for a B-take here. All 5 people are over here, and they're not going to smoke out mid, which they have been doing every other round. Showstopper comes through, might find multiple people. No, only finds one, but does do a little bit of damage over to everyone else. And he finds another one after pushing through smoke. Whiteling goes down. They do not have that Rolling Thunder available, which is quite unfortunate. And Nick is kind of in a pretty awkward spot. He can get spammed through here, and Planey just takes down the other two. He's going to be able to find nobody. TP's right out here into the open. Even though the new Sage was here because they shot her a little bit, Wall comes through. Doesn't have healer bait available, and I don't think they're even going to be able to get this bomb down. Can't even find the kill onto Planey, who had his, utility out, unfortunately. But, you know, they didn't really have much of a chance in the round. They did have a res available, although... Actually, I don't know if they did. They do have it now, but that might just be because they died. And obviously that gives you an ult point. So, I couldn't quite say. Drap, yo, thanks for the follow, my guy. I didn't know you weren't following either, to be honest. I just kind of assumed most people who were watching the streams were. But I appreciate it nonetheless. Tuning into a scrim that isn't even yours, damn. That must be good if you want to do that. Blade Storm comes through on Yum. So he might be able to find a pick over here towards short, but he doesn't even peek to cover his teammate. Right King goes down to Babuin from short. And no one was covering him. And Yum really is the only person who has the weaponry to do so with that long shot, one shot to the head potential. And Babui just takes that kill for absolutely free. Flashes are available, and it does find 2 people mid. Yum cannot find the kill, and his utility from Breach coming through might find him another one. Omen is supporting his teammate over towards mid. Yum can't quite connect the shots he needs, and he is going to go down. It is only Nick left available. The site is completely open, and they do have res available, but there was no one there for them to use it on. So if he pushes quickly, he might be able to get the bomb plant. He might be able to find an aggressive kill. I would like to see him go for a kill before he tries to plant. Just to kind of isolate these 1v1s. He actually is just going to try... She actually is actually going to just try and get the money from the bomb plant. Planey jumping on top of the wall to get to them isn't actually going to deny it. It goes down in the very last second of the planting animation. So they get a bit of money for it. But there is only, what, 1 round left. So it's not really worth it, to be honest, because they had enough money to buy for that round anyway. I guess it gets you elo points if you're playing ranked, but it doesn't really matter in scrims. So they are going to go into this final round of the half. Vix is going to pick up an AWP, which we don't really see too often in this game because it is so expensive, but with the economy V9 have been accumulating over the course of this game, they can afford to pick up, 4 at least at the moment. So, why not go for it last round of the half? Pause request does come through. Don't know if this is a tactical one. They are currently 9-2 up, so I don't really think they need to think about this round too much. At least more than they have been previously. I think Sova has just crashed. Yeah, he's DC'd. Fortunate. But I have seen games where they haven't even paused for their teammates when they've crashed, which, I don't know, confuses me a little bit. But, I mean, at least these guys are aware enough to know that their Sova isn't here and pause. They don't need to give themselves an unnecessary disadvantage coming into this round. Which is nice for them. And they've got something against this pipe, it seems. I don't really know what the issue is, but Vix really seems to not like the metal things on this map. Maybe he just likes the sound of the knife hitting them. I don't know. It is quite therapeutic in a way. I mean, fair enough. But this Rolling Thunder from not Baboon, sorry, from person from Reichland. I don't think he's actually used it this entire game, which is a real problem, to be honest. You want to use these ults like not really off cooldown, but as close to being off like on cooldown as possible. Like as soon as you get it, you want to use it within like the round or the round after, or like 2 rounds, because you're going to be able to charge them like 2 to 3 times if you use them off cooldown. But if you just don't use them at all, he's only charged it once, even though he's died and had enough kills to probably do it more than that. So he needs to use it now. If they want to take this site, they are going to go for a peek over towards the site with this wall, but plainly is expecting it. Here's a sound cue of it being put up. And they managed to get the kill, but Nick with a res, so they are into a 5v4 situation, which I think is the only time they've actually been at an advantage. Finally, the Rolling Thunder comes through, but he goes to the people that he didn't even hit with it. There was people stunned towards spawn, and I mean, yeah, he gets the kills, right? But I would have gone to the people that it hit so you could be more confident in getting them. They are in a 3v2 right now. Bomb isn't on the site, though, and Dollarhawk is kind of in a situation where he could stop it getting to the site, although he is smoked off, so he isn't going to quite be able to get that. Vix finds a kill onto the really low HP Reichland towards market. Lightwalker finds a trade, though, so it's just Vix left alive. Doesn't have a flash, has 2 smokes, though. Obviously, they recharge throughout the round. So he does have a champ, for sure. Throws one of them out over towards the right side. No TPs either, so he can't really get into a, you know, finicky position. Not that you really would have an opportunity to do that in a 1v2 after plan. Drone comes through though, so it's going to be able to hopefully spot Vix before he goes out onto the site. He finds the first kill, so they know where he is, but it is left down to the 1v1, and he is checking the right side, unfortunately, as Turtle Boy peeks him from backside. Finally getting their 3rd round on the board. So, you know, there's a start, right? 3-9 isn't the worst scoreline to come back from. Definitely doable, especially if they take this pistol round and the round after, then they'll already be up 9-5. At that point, there's only 4 rounds difference. So they've just got to kind of pull it through in these rifle rounds for sure. They haven't been too successful on the attacking side, but as I discussed previously, I think this map might kind of favour the defenders a little bit. So hopefully they can pull something out. Maybe they've only been going through defensive strategies, and Turtle Boy already with a lineup showing that they do know a little bit about this map, which you would hope because they do play this map quite a lot. And another frenzy coming out from Nick. He likes to use this weapon. Wall comes through, which is really pretty powerful in the pistol round, but not if they're able to get to it before it hardens. And they break it really quickly, manage to get onto the site. Plainly is hit with all forms of CC. He's slowed, stunned. And Nick does manage to get 1 kill, but with the ammo capacity of a frenzy, like, there's not really much of a chance of them getting more than 1, especially in that kind of a position, which is a 1 and done, even with most weapons. Especially with that frenzy. Flashes come through. Turtle Boy does manage to dodge that one. Shock darts are also coming through. Doesn't find any damage. Instead, Vix finds 2 kills for himself, and it's just going to be Yum left alive, 19 HP, aware of everyone's positions, but 1 shot away from dying to a body shot of a ghost. Is going to fall. And they really needed that pistol round if they had much of a hook back into this game, to be honest. Quite unfortunate. I might even consider going for a force buy here, because they really need to start stringing rounds together. There's only 3 rounds until they lose the game. So you need to go for something, right? You know that V9 aren't going to have like full rifles, because it's the 2nd round of the half, and it was a pretty close pistol round. So if you just go for these like pistols armor buy and go for like an aggressive push somewhere, give yourself a little bit of a better chance in the round. It might be a good idea. They don't even manage to get the wall up before it hardens again, and it looks like it might be another B rush, and they're not really prepared for this. Yum does have a shorty, but again, ammo capacity of this weapon might only leave them available to be in a 1 and done, and the range actually might not be good enough to even find one here. No, it doesn't. It doesn't even find Dollarhawk, and that was, you know, the best kind of position for it to be, unfortunately. But Turtle Boy does have this really quick flank over towards B main. Can only find 1 kill though. They're down 11-3. 2 more rounds they lose, and they can't even well, they can by this round, sorry. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's a bit too late. You know, they don't have very many rounds to fall back on, and yeah, kind of unfortunate that Yum, they're you know, you expect Jet to be the guy fragging out, right? And he is currently 2 to 14, 2, which is quite unfortunate. Just having a bad game, it seems. Which, you know, everyone has bad games, of course. Hopefully that can be switched up in the next scrim, because you really don't want your entry fragger, which I assume Jet usually is the entry fragger, on 2 kills. Hook does find a trade onto Turtle Boy with a shock dart, though, which is quite nice. Talking about it in chat there, does it get some information that there is someone else over towards A? As there's only 3 people left, you can kind of assume that there's just going to be 1 A, 1 mid, and 1 B, because that's kind of the best spread that the defenders can go for. But he does know where he is. The flash doesn't hit him, so he's going to be very cleanly able to take that kill. Hunter's Fury comes through in the 3rd round. This guy's been getting enough frags to charge up relatively quickly. Yum does actually find that kill onto Planey, which is nice. Flashes come through though, and they do know where Yum is. Obviously, they just killed a teammate. Find another kill and dashes away from the angle. I thought they were going to go down there. They do survive on 21 HP, but they don't really have a chance of taking this round. They might have to waste ammo on the Boombot. No, the Boombot doesn't even detect them, but Baboon is good for that 1 kill. And it finds a 12th round on the board. And at this point, they're not going to have enough money for a good, proper buy. So yeah, it's a little bit too late for them, I feel. They're going to have pretty bad weapons, and considering they haven't even been able to convert the rounds where they have had full rifles, really not looking too good for them. They need to do something different here. A nice aggressive push towards somewhere. Some nice flashes over towards A. Might be nice. But it just looks like they're going for a default again. Maybe Reichland might be getting aggressive over towards B, but there's no one really for him to find off the back of this. There is only 1 player here, and considering Spence has first blood in the round, a 1-for-1 trade isn't what you really would favour on the defense, especially if they've started running. They're not even going to check their corners. Baboon should find 2 here, easily. The higher tier of weaponry, and they are aware where the other guy is. Easily. Baboon is not going to whiff that kill. Down to a 2v4. Especially, you know, Yum, who hasn't really been fragging out. Although Lightwalker has been, he is top of his team by quite a high margin. More than double the kills of the second guy in his team. And to be honest, maybe it would have been the call for Yum to drop over the Vandal over towards Lightwalker. Just because he has been performing better in this particular game. Yum does find another one, so he's padding the stats a little bit. Does have Blade Storm available. He's definitely already doubled his kills for the entire game in this half alone. Can't quite find the kill over that little tapestry. Misses the right click. Can't quite find the kill on Spence, and that is a very speedy 13-3 victory. What map are they playing next? No idea. I guess we'll find out now. Very quick game. Looked very clean from V9, to be honest. Meow and Ever just weren't really switching things up. They were just kind of doing the same thing after it was not really working too well. I mean, Lightwalker, bro. Top of the scoreboard, even when they lost 13-3. You know, I know quite a few people that if that had been a ranked game, if you did that, I would be out there, they'll be raging like really hard. Like, damn, I've got to carry these guys so hard. But, you know, this is like a competitive play. So you can't really blame your team, as it is a team effort. And it does look like Yum might have had to go. Oh no, Lightwalker has to go. Okay, it looks like this might be the only game, so it looks like we're not going to get a second map, unfortunately.